Oh my gosh. Guns a-blazing. Look out, roofing contractors. Google has got your number.
They've
Yeah.
done it again.
Yeah. Feel like your calls just like a light switch went off at late June, like the last week of June, maybe early
You're,
July, you really felt it.
yeah, you
You're
are
not
not alone.
imagining things. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been hearing from roofers all over the country that are like, it feels like somebody just turned the lights off on their call volume. So if this speaks to you, if you're feeling this, this is your episode. And if it hasn't impacted you yet, we encourage you to go ahead and listen.
Welcome to Trade Secrets, where we demystify digital marketing to help contractors get the most bang for their marketing bucks.
This is for you if you're a contractor looking for actionable marketing insights.
Learn from home services industry experts to elevate your business through simplified marketing strategies.
Let's dive into today's trade secret.
Oh my gosh, this is wild. Okay, we must have gotten calls from, I don't know, like I would say like 8, 10 of our roofing contractor clients within the same 2 days and asking us like, guys, what's going on? Like literally it feels like a light switch. Like my phone stopped ringing, like nothing is happening. Like what's going
What's
on?
going on? And it's
You're
kind of
not
crazy
right?
too. Yeah, because it was right around late June, so we were kind of like, oh, it's seasonal.
Yeah,
And
like
turns
maybe
out
people taking off 4th of July, like maybe that's what's going on, just no demand. No. I mean, maybe a little bit of that, but what we're seeing now is like a massive fallout. So we're doing huge. I mean, we've talked to our clients, talked to our roofers specifically, like, and if you're another exteriors contractor, look out because it's coming for you. What's coming for you? So used to be you would Google like roofing contractor or roofer near me, roofing companies on your phone, local 3-pack. We see the little map and then we see the 3 companies listed. Obviously, they're always putting in, some of those Google local service ads, those sponsored links and the map pack results. Like we see them, okay, whatever. But it used to be you Google roofing contractor, however people got to you. Map pack appears on your phone, and then it has those top 3 businesses, which we're always striving for. High value right there, high transactional value. Well, there was a little button that said call, and people would just like look at what they saw briefly, look at your reviews probably, and then pick one of the 3 to call or call all 3, who knows. But they would push the button and call you. Well, that last week of June, they changed the user interface for the Google business category where your primary category is roofing contractor. They took that call button away. And now the only thing you see, I think it's like website, you can click website or directions maybe even, or website and review, something like that. In any case, it's not the call button. Now you have to click on a business name and then you can see call, directions, reviews, like all that good stuff. But the paid feature, like the LSA, it does have the call button now.
And one of
So
the other things that I've been noticing too is for a long time in the middle of the workday, like the prime business hours, we would see LSA and it would go straight into the 3-pack. They were really not even favoring giving Google Ads much love at all in that section. And now it's click to call buttons in the LSA. Right underneath it, I keep getting served at least one Google Ads ad as well that also has a click to call button in it. And then you come down to the local 3-pack and the call buttons are gone. So it really feels like there's this big shift to really force people to pay to play to monetize that section of the search results that we've all been just,
yeah.
fighting over. And it's not that the call button's completely gone. You click through and you can get it, but to your average person that doesn't dig in the data like Devon and I do all day long, that doesn't seem like it should have too big of an impact. But what was that number that Jim and I gave us that it dropped
Yeah,
off by?
yeah, Gemini said it's been reported that 50 to 70% of call volume has dropped off, is being reported as dropped off. And they started rolling this interface change out in early 2026, but they're doing it kind of category by category. So our contractors hadn't really felt it. And even now, if your primary category is siding contractor, Amanda just did a search. And siding contractor, there's still that call button right there in the SERPs, the search engine results page, right there in the 3-pack. There's that call button. But she did the same search in her same market. She typed roofing contractor and that call button is hidden, but it sure is all over the LSA, those little paid ads right there, sandwiched on top and beneath the local 3-pack organic results. So it's coming for you. That, and then on top of like that UI, like user interface, like change, there was also the massive like June spam update around June 24th to the 26th. They finished rolling it out that targeted websites that had invaluable AI content. So if you used AI to churn out like, 30 service area pages because you're trying to game the system and expand your footprint, and but you didn't take the time to put unique project photos, give an expert's quote about your service, like talk about different landmarks in the area, then you likely got targeted. So your website lost visibility, and you lost the little area, you lost that call button, and oh my God, it's horrible. Of course we're diving in, doing all this research, and all these different agencies have reported like this huge call volume that completely dropped off. So you're not imagining it. It's not in your head, roofers. Look out every other exteriors contractor, because who knows when they're going to roll out this UI change to you guys too, where they just take that call button away. Well, at least from the initial SERPs. It's good when you click your business name on your phone, it's still going to be on your Google business profile. It's the part before when they're just like recommending the top 3 in that local 3-pack that the button is gone.
The button's gone. And you think about someone like my mother's age that would maybe be looking to replace her roof. She's gonna take the path of least resistance. And if they've got 5 stars up in the LSA and there's a clickable call button, that's where she's going to click. So it's kind of crazy. One thing to keep in mind too is Google tends to do these things quickly, and then sometimes they walk them back. We were actually talking to a roofer the other day that we've encouraged over the last 6 months to sign up for LSA. He hadn't done it yet, and now he's finally trying to do it this week. And he said he was calling and waiting on hold for 45 minutes at a time. And then they even came back on and said, we have so much call volume right now, we cannot help you. Which also goes back to this. Google's kind of created this perfect storm where now all these people that are desperate to get the phone ringing again are all vying for that LSA traffic, which also aligns with the fact that on August 17th, they are going to be combining LSA and Google Ads. So there's just a lot of shakeup happening. Yeah. They are like,
I didn't even
we can see what's coming. Yeah, we can see what's coming. And it's like, we really don't even know what it's all going to look like. Yeah, we just don't even know what the search results are going to, because it's odd to me that now they are showing a traditional Google search ad mixed in with LSA before the local 3-pack. But yeah, what's going to happen now if everything's living under the Google Ads hat? Would they allow your Google ad to show up in both that section and the LSA, or you're going to have to pick and choose which one you want to show up in? It's the Wild West, people.
It is the Wild West. I know, because that diversity update, I don't think that they would put both your ad and your organic. But okay, so now we've identified this problem, guys, and you're not alone. You're not hallucinating. It is real. So what can you do about it? Let's talk about some solutions here, so you're not like left feeling totally dire. Actually, last but not least, on the things that they also updated this month too, and it's always been a thing, your review velocity. It's always been a thing, but this July update, now they've weighted your review velocity more than it previously was, meaning it's more of a ranking factor now than it had been. It carries more weight. So it's always been a ranking factor in the local 3-pack. It just now they've placed a heavier weight on the velocity at which you get reviews. So what happens now is a company that in your market that has 50 reviews, but they steadily get, 1 or 2 reviews a week, versus a company that has 600 reviews and hasn't gotten a new review for 5 or 6 weeks. It's going to favor that company that only has 50 reviews, but they get 1 or 2 reviews a week. So that review velocity is a heavy weighting factor, heavier than it has been previously. So that's something that you can try to control, right? We know how hard it is to get those reviews from customers, but when you're thinking like, well, what can I do? Like, that's one of the things, and it's critical. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
We know it's hard to get it. And they don't want you to get it too many reviews too quickly. They want all the details in the reviews. They want, they don't want your service guys handing over an iPad asking for reviews, because they're tracking that IP to make sure you're not pressuring people into reviews. They don't want you to do review campaigns, because then you get way too many reviews at once, and that actually works out. Like, they will hold a few and then they'll realize you did a campaign and they are natural. But if you go from 0 to 50 reviews, they're like, whoa. What's going on? Are these real?
And it's the good news is that, if you are somebody that's in a market where maybe you've just gotten started over the last couple of years and you've got like 50 reviews and you're up against some big dogs that have 600 and 800, if they're slowing down with their review velocity and you are really leaning into it, you do have a chance to compete. So that is some good news there. But we talk to roofers all the time that are like, Yeah, that's all well and good, but I try all the time. I ask, it doesn't work. So you're not alone if that's how you're feeling, but it's it's something tangible you can do. Like we were recommending to a couple of folks that had expanded into a new market, and they're like, before we got that new location, they already left us a review on this location, and we were like, I mean, do you think you can ask their wife if the husband left the review? I mean, I know it feels a little bit desperate, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You know, like if you're, who knows what's going to happen in 3 to 5 months, because while Google's also getting blown up and people are signing up for LSA left and right, which is what they're wanting everyone to do, they're also going to be getting a ton of backlash from everybody who was depending on those calls from their profiles. So maybe they'll have a heart and come around a little bit and make some tweaks. But to me, it's not a good UX. They're going to end up devaluing the 3-pack because a user is going to stop depending on it because they just need their answer and they want to take action. So hopefully they're going to get their heads right. But for now, really optimizing your GBP to the full tilt, posting to it consistently, and continuing to get reviews is something tangible you can do as a business owner while what kind of feels like we're in the Wild West.
Yep. A steady trickle of uploading photos each week. I mean, that shows that it has life. If you just don't touch your Google business profile for 30 days, they consider your business dormant. And so they're not going to recommend you or put you in the local 3-pack. So upload a couple photos. You have them. You have all the stuff you need from the job site. They're just, you don't want them to, die on the vine in the truck. Like have your techs take photos, get them to you, upload those, a couple every week, posting each week. You can, so there's 2 kind of separate areas in your GBP. There's your photos, which you can upload, and then there's your posts. So those are 2 areas. Just if you touch those once a week, spend 20 minutes in your profile, maybe once a week, just talking about the work that you do, sharing what's going on with the team. So you can control that. You can ask for the reviews. We know you can't control that. And you can control kind of the back end, the services that are inside of your GBP, making sure that those match what you have listed on your website. So if you call it roof replacement on your website, you want to call the service on the back end of your GBP roof replacement. If you call it residential roofing, then you want to make sure you call the service residential roofing on the back end of your GBP. Provide a lot of clarity to the robots that are crawling through and reading it. That area, we know customers and homeowners, they're not reading it, but understand you have 2 audiences when you're optimizing your Google business profile, the robots and then the humans. We know humans transactional. They want to click that call button. They might bigger, like remodeling contractors, they're definitely probably looking at your work in there, whatever's visible on your profile. But plumber, electrician, bingo bango, like I just want to call you, but still. So anyways, when you think of this, don't feel like it has to be like this highly produced video or photo. It's what's living on your phones anyway. So just upload it, spend a little bit of time in there every week. That's something you can control.
Yeah.
And then your spammy website stuff off your GBP, that's a whole other thing you can control. But what were you going to say, Amanda?
I was going to say, we got some pushback this morning from a client that I was really encouraging them to be posting from their job sites. And one of the things they said is, we're always so afraid that, like maybe someone's hasn't hooked in yet to their harness and we're going to post something that's not OSHA compliant or something like that. So they're just afraid to post anything. So if that's something that's getting in your head and stressing you out about job site photos, have everybody, while they take their lunch break and they're under a shady tree and there's a house behind them, you don't have to be swinging the hammer for it to count as a job site photo, but don't let that stop you from doing it. There's ways around it so that you can do that. And we know that we had our eye on a specific roofer that was a competitor of one of our clients, and they were killing it in the local 3-pack. I mean, God knows what's going on now because Google just shuffled the deck on us, but they were daily posting photos from job sites with faces of crew members. I couldn't tell you now for sure if they were harnessed in and on the roof, but even if they're like, we're prepping for the day and you all just take a selfie, like, well, you've got your catch-all up before you've ever climbed on the roof. That Google loves that. They can tell you're swinging the hammer, you're real people. And humans like that too. They like to see who could potentially be on their property. So it might feel like a huge task, but it really doesn't have to be.
I was going to add to that. Yeah, the other part that made that work was that each of those pictures of those humans had the logo in it. So like, got my little elevation gear on, but having your brand's logo, the wrapped trucks behind them, the crew, even in their working t-shirts that has your company name and logo on it, all of that is GBP gold. So yeah, it doesn't have to be like, look at this amazing flashing job. I did.
Nobody cares about your flashing. They want to see the faces of the people that make up your crews and that could potentially be out, protecting their shrubs and making sure that the job site's left clean and that everything's great. So it's a positive thing.
It is. And then so part two, so that's all GBP stuff. The other thing, and that's where transactions happen. So that's probably the part you guys care about the most, is like, why the hell did my call volume drop off so significantly? But the other part of this is now what lives out there on your website. The other thing that got targeted with that big update, if you were one of those contractors that got sold the idea of AI and an AI website and churning out 200 pages, 200 blogs, 200 service area pages, and then just publishing and slapping it on there, and you didn't add a human touch, you didn't make any of it unique to your business, and you could just swap out the logo and company name on those pages, and it could be any roofing company or any, not just roofing, we know this is for exteriors too, this is for literally any website, that update. GBP stuff, very specific to roofing, but it's coming for you, other exterior contractors. It's happened all over other categories this whole year. But the spam update, the June spam update, targets website content specifically. So if you didn't take the time to take your AI content and make it unique and original to your company, where your experts are cited, you have your project photos, you talk about your favorite restaurants when you're in this town, you don't have any of that on there, and it's just all AI based, but you're gonna see a significant drop. And not just in those pages probably weren't ranking in the first place, but now your authority and your trust for your entire website is broken. And so now Google is going to devalue those blue links, those 10 blue results. You're getting devalued. Now you're getting less visibility for those service pages outside of the local 3-pack for some of those like buyers that kind of go through and like really spend time clicking through your site and reading it. And another way to think of that is, yes, there's buyers there. The other part of it is how Google and AI view you in terms of, are you an expert? Do we trust you? What's your experience like? Tying that to different search prompts, different AI prompts, even, because we know they go back and forth. That gets devalued, and that's getting you, now you're getting the boot, you're not getting indexed, which means Google isn't storing your website's info for that topic anymore because it doesn't trust you, because it thinks you just have unoriginal spammy content from AI that has no original value or unique value about your business. So long story long, if you have a whole bunch of AI content, you're going to feel the burn too, on top of this burn from the interface on Google with your GBP and that call button. Whew, words, so many words today, guys.
But I mean, on that same note, we're seeing this trend towards a lot of contractors getting sold that very product. Forget your human-built website that you've been laboring over for the last 5 years. Let us build you the fanciest, newest AI website with all AI content. We'll have it to you in a week.
Watch our AI robots build your website live.
Mm-hmm. Please watch out for all the reasons that Devon just said. And Google's only going to get tighter and tighter on it because they want a diverse library of resources that they can pull from to give a good user experience. And if every single one of them is written by robots, it's just repetitive bullshit, for lack of a better way to describe it. So please don't do that. If you spent $20,000 on a website 2 years ago, I promise you that website is going to pay off in spades in the next couple years while everybody else tries to check out and hit the easy button. Keep focusing on the website that you've labored over, that really reflects you as a company. And to Devon's point, if you really haven't looked at your content lately, or maybe you did lean a little heavy on AI more recently, go back and look at it, add your IP, make it unique, let people know why you're different. I mean, that's what you're going to do in your sales process. It's no different. You're not going to go sit down in some homeowner's living room and robot speak to them and just sound like every other roofer. You're going to try to figure out what makes you unique. Your website is a walking, talking salesperson. It needs to reiterate everything you're sharing in those sales meetings. And all this other stuff won't matter, because while everyone else is making these mistakes and hitting the easy button, Google will continue to reward you and they will notice it. I promise.
Yeah, and I was going to say this is a great teaser. So we have agency owners, we're in all kinds of agency groups, but specifically with other home services marketing agencies. So we have a very, very, very good episode that's going to come out, I would say like the second part of August. We our agency friends, they lost like a client of like a decade. They're like, your performance is incredible, but I'm sold on this new AI website and this new AI thing. So their like awesome website that our friends did was taken down. Their new AI website just launched. So we want to meet in 30 days, get 30 days of data. We know that it launched and there's no Google Analytics on it. So the tracking is gone there. We're like, that's weird because now your historical data is just ruined. Yeah. But anyway, so we are so excited. We're going to watch the data for the next 30 days. You're going to meet our friends who are also, they're awesome. And we all, I like how they call it OKGs, our kind of guys. We speak the same language. And so that's going to be a really fun episode where we talk about what happened to this HVAC contractor once they went with an AI website over a traditional website. And maybe our socks will be blown off. So far, we've looked at it and there's a whole bunch of errors on it, but we'll see what happens in 30 days.
Who knows?
More to come. So yeah, that episode's going to be awesome. And I cannot wait to back into it and reverse engineer and see what happens. So we'll share that with you and break it down and make this whole complex idea of a AI website versus a traditional web like WordPress website and tell you the differences and make it digestible. So you're gonna love our friends. So anyways.
All right. So definitely tune in next time so you can hear all of that. We're so excited for that conversation. But as a recap from today, if you're feeling the burn, you're not alone. And the best thing you can do is continue just shepherding. I don't know, that's not a good word, but really just working through your GBP profile. Like just treat it like a sweet little baby, because Google is being really, really squirrely right now, and you have to, selfish. You just gotta, they're being a selfish newborn that just wants to be babied, and you have to take care of it.
Treat your GBP like a mini website. You're touching it every single week. You're nurturing it. You are swaddle that thing and drop some photos in there, and then do not spam your own website with AI content. And if you have done that, you can save it, go in there and quote yourself or quote an expert on the thing you're talking about. Add original project photos and just talk about what you love about the area and speak to, oh God, permitting in this county sucks because of this thing or whatever it is. Add your unique information to it and give an opinion. Give an opinion on those pages. That's a way you can make it unique without rewriting the book. Okay. I think we covered it. Reach out, questions, what we missed. Are you feeling the burn? You can always ask Amanda and I anything. We love to help. Comment, reach out. We're here. We would love to hear your experience and which other exteriors contractors have felt the burn, the Google burn as of the latest UI update. All right, thank you.
That was today's trade secret. Thanks for listening.
Did you find this helpful? We're just getting started.
Subscribe and don't miss our next reveal.
Until next time.